Hey there guys, it's Megan. I am going to talk a little bit more about the college program today. If you didn't see my first video, it is going to be linked right up there. Click on that little I and you can check out that video where I talk about the application process for the Disney College program. Today I'm going to go into a little bit more of the specifics about what to do once you're accepted and what to do once you get down there, kind of what you're going to be expecting to happen and what you're going to need to bring with you, that kind of thing. Now you have been accepted to the college program. What are you going to do next? Well, obviously you're going to Disney World, but before you leave, you need to make sure that you do a couple of things. First of all, I would recommend you join the Disney College Program Facebook page. I didn't do that, and I knew a lot of people who did, and they thought that it was really, really beneficial. You get to meet a lot of the people who are going to be going down there at the same time as you. You make some friends before you even get down there. Lots of people are going to be available to answer any questions you have or anything like that. You can even, if you want to, go ahead and set up who you want to be roommates with. Another thing that's going to be really important is your paperwork. Now they're going to send you a lot of things that you need to have filled out and ready to go on check-in day. So make sure you have all of that information, your tax information, your emergency contact information, all of that stuff that they're going to send you. Make sure you have it ready to go. Have it in one place so that you know how to find it and where it's going to be. I carry mine in a little folder like this. I just had individual tabs that said tax information, school information, all that kind of stuff. I still use this now. It's been super helpful for me. I like organizing, so that's one tip that's very helpful. The last thing that I'm going to recommend before you go is you need to decide if a car is going to be an option for you. If you're going to be able to bring your car with you. They don't say that you need to. Obviously, they do have buses that are going to take you wherever you need to go, and they do run pretty regularly. Since I've been to Florida a lot and I kind of knew my way around, I knew that I wanted to drive down there just so I could have more stuff in my car than I could carry on a plane, and the drive wasn't that far from where I live. So I did take a car, and that ended up being very, very helpful for me. I did enjoy being able to drive because it is a little bit faster. If you take the bus, yes, you are going to get there, but you are going to have to leave your apartment about an hour and a half before your shift starts to make sure that you get there on time in case there's any delays or if the bus is very full or anything like that. If you take your car, you, avoiding traffic at least, you're going to be able to get there 15-20 minutes. You should plan on getting to Orlando at least a day before check-in. Now, that doesn't mean that you need to be there 2 or 3 days before unless you really want to. You can start a little vacation if you want, that's fine. I got there mid-afternoon the day before. I just drove down, took 2 days to get there. I just wanted to make sure that I was there and nothing was going to delay me being able to check in. Check-in usually starts around 8 or 9, so you don't want to be having a flight in that gets there at 6 or 7 and then, you know, risk if the flight's delayed or anything like that, missing check-in. Again, make sure that you are there early because I got there right as check-in opened and I waited in a line for about an hour before I even got to the check-in process. That first day at check-in is going to be a really, really long day. Like I said, I waited in line for an hour before I even saw anyone to start the check-in process. And once that check-in process started, it was about another hour of filling out forms, getting your roommate, getting your IDs made, all of that, before you even went off to the casting building to receive your actual assignment. So it's going to be a very, very long day. Make sure that you do wear comfortable shoes because you're going to be doing a lot of standing. Along with comfortable shoes, you need to also be dressing in Disney look that first day. Now, I'm going to do a whole video on Disney look, what it entails and what you can and can't wear. But you will be taking your ID pictures that very first day as soon as you get there. So make sure that your hair is in Disney look. No crazy colors, no crazy styles, no wild crazy makeup, and make sure that your shoulders are covered. But like I said, I will go into a little bit more detail on what Disney look actually entails. And also make sure that you eat a very good breakfast. I was starving by about 10 o'clock because I just had a biscuit for breakfast. So make sure you eat plenty of food, drink lots of water. This is going to be your first day in Florida. You're going to get used to the heat eventually, but probably not immediately. So once you get through all of the lines standing and you get your apartment and you know your roommates, you go and you throw your stuff in your apartment, then you're going off to casting. So at this point, you've probably been told you're working in attractions, you're working in housekeeping, you're working in quick service food and beverage. You know that, but you don't know where. So when you go to the casting building, it is going to be the building. You may have seen it if you have ever been to Downtown Disney or Disney Springs. If the parking garages are both full, you park over in a parking lot next to a big building. Here's a picture of it right here. And that is the casting building, and you will be there for a long time. You will go in with a big group of people, and they're going to start calling out names, telling everyone where their assignments are actually going to be. So they called out my name, and I said, hey, I'm over here, and they came over and they said, congratulations, Megan, you are working at the Magic Kingdom in Adventureland Liberty Square. still didn't have a clue what my attraction was. So in my mind, I'm thinking, yes, I am going to the Haunted Mansion, I'm going to get to be creepy, I don't have to smile, it's going to be fantastic. But I had no idea. I just knew that I was going to be somewhere in Adventureland or Liberty Square working at a ride or a show. That's all I knew. So then after you get that assignment, you're going to continue walking through lines for the next 2 to 3 hours probably. That's about how long it took me. Some people did it quicker, some people did it, it took longer for them. It just depends on how many people they have in any one group. Once you're done at casting, then you're going to have to just go back to your apartment. You're going to have to wait a couple of days before you actually get to start and go to Traditions. When you get to Traditions, that is where you get your assignment. You get to know what attraction you're going to be at. That's where they told me that I was going to be a Jungle Cruise skipper. That's where you get your name tag. The big man himself, Mickey Mouse, comes in and he presents them to you. You get to learn all about the Disney company. You get to watch videos of Walt. You will cry, you will laugh, you will have a wonderful time, and then you will finally be a Disney cast member. Now that you can proudly say that you are a Disney cast member, there's a couple things that you need to keep in mind. You will get paid every week. Your housing payment, your rent, will come out of your check before you ever get it, so you don't ever have to worry about paying for anything other than what you yourself want to buy, your groceries, your souvenirs, that kind of thing. And they always tell you to remember Epcot. Every paycheck comes on Thursday. Epcot. So you don't ever have to wonder, when am I going to get paid? It's going to be on Thursday, every week. Something else you should be prepared for is your trainings are more than likely going to be very early in the morning. That's because there's fewer guests there. You're going to be able to be there before the parks open. If you're working in a park, you're going to be able to train without so many people around. So be prepared. Go to sleep early the first couple of nights because you're going to be tired. You're going to be excited. It's going to be hard. But just try to go to sleep so that when you have to get up and be at the parks or at your location at 6 or 7 in the morning, you'll be prepared. College program students are going to have the later shifts, especially if you work somewhere like Magic Kingdom that's going to be open really late at night, especially during the summer hours. Full-time and part-time cast members usually have the earlier shifts, and they finish around midday when it starts getting really, really busy. There are plenty of people who are going to be there all the time, though. You'll get to meet lots of full-time cast members, lots of part-time cast members, seasonal cast members, and you'll get to learn the difference between all of those so that if after you finish your program you want to continue on with the company, you can go ahead and do that too. Something that I wasn't completely prepared for was, yes, you get weekends. Yes, sometimes it's only one day. I was kind of ready for that, but I was not prepared for it to always be midweek. I was used to weekends being Saturday and Sunday. That's what a weekend is, right? Not at Disney, because they are open 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Your weekend can fall anytime. My weekend was usually on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. That was usually the days I had off. And I thought it was weird at first until I realized all of those things that are only open Monday through Friday that you always try to go to and you have to rush because they're always closed on the weekends, I could go to them whenever I needed to because I had those days off, and that was magical. One other thing to keep in mind is if you are working and there is a major holiday during your program, you will be working on that holiday. If you are working and Christmas falls during your program, you will be working on Christmas. If 4th of July falls during your program, you will be working on 4th of July because those are the busiest times. They're going to be able to let fewer people take the time off. Even if you request as soon as you get down there, odds are you're not going to get it off. Especially because, once again, full-time and part-time cast members are going to have a little bit of seniority over you because you're here for an internship. You're here to learn, you're here to work. That's what you're here for. So they expect you to not want to be taking a whole bunch of time off. And I worked on 4th of July during my program. It wasn't really that bad. It was very, very busy, but it's kind of busy all year round. If it's something that you think that you're not going to be able to cope with, if you say, I absolutely have to be home on Christmas, maybe the program that runs through Christmas isn't for you. Maybe try in the spring, do something like that. But otherwise, just be prepared that if there is a holiday or if there's a special event running like the 24-hour days, more than likely you are going to be working on those days. So that is it. That's a broad overview of more or less what you're going to need to expect once you are accepted into the college program, what you're going to need to do before and after you arrive, and what's going to happen your first week or so of the program. If you have any other questions, make sure you comment down below, let me know, send me a message. I'm happy to talk about anything and everything Disney, so if you have any questions or suggestions, just let me know, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!